Welcome to Best Life Ever, the podcast. We are Kimi and Pua, creators of Broke Ass to Badass. Stop struggling, stop hustling, and start living your best life ever. Welcome, friends, to BLE 3.0. Today, we are back from our little holiday hiatus, and we've got some New Year energy for you. Can you feel it? Okay, but first, Pua, do you have something amazing to share with us?
I sure do. Guys, we are going to read you our first iTunes review of 2018, slash she wrote it in 2017 in December. But since we weren't recording, we just want to give Meg a huge shout out. Meg is, we're kind of cheating because we know who this is. So we get to give her a little extra love. But Meg is just one of the most amazing humans on this planet. And she is a teacher. She teaches at a local charter school. And this girl gives her heart and her soul to her students. And so just want to shower Meg with some love today, and we're going to read her review here. And if you guys don't want us to shower you with love, then code your name on your iTunes so that it's anonymous. Otherwise, anything's fair game. Just kidding. But Meg, thank you so much for the review. Her review reads, "Best Life Ever is the best podcast ever. No pun intended. Kimi and Pua are two down-to-earth, badass women who are determined to bring their love of life and efficiency of work to others. Based in Hawaii, they certainly embody the spirit of aloha. After listening to their podcast consistently, it was called Hot Better Pop previously, and joining the Best Life Ever Buzz community, I really have learned some amazing life hacks in order to go through my life with a positive outlook, the utmost efficiency, and a sense of intrinsic motivation." Meg, thank you so much. That means so much to us.
We love you, Meg. That was so beautiful. And we feel so blessed to have you in our Best Life Ever tribe and our life. So happy New Year to you. And speaking of New Year, we thought it would be fun to kick off this first episode of 2018 and talk about the New Year New you energy that's in the air. And we are having a little conversation about this before we started recording. And well, you've probably heard us say before that we don't really do New Year's resolutions. And we think there is, it's really.
I thought you were going to make a joke. You're going to be like, today we're going to do New Year's resolutions together.
Yeah. Usually we think they're like pretty arbitrary, right? And we're going to talk a little bit more about that. But at the same time, we are also real suckers for the enthusiasm that is in the air at this time of year, and just the energy, the hope, the inspiration, and the big visioning that people are doing. So we want to acknowledge and appreciate that first, and then also share with you how you can leverage that throughout this entire year.
For sure. I actually am not a sucker for it at all. I hate holidays. I'll come right out and say it. And I'm like, whatever, Christmas is just another day, New Year's is just another day. And the thing that brings me out of that Grinch mode is seeing everybody's posts on Facebook and hearing people talk about what they're excited for the new year. Because yeah, Kimi and I think New Year's resolutions are a whole bunch of crap. And it's not fair to expect you to create this goal or aspiration on the first day of the year and then remember it for the rest of the year. A year is a really long time. And so we talk a lot, all through December, we're don't set a New Year's resolution on the first day of the year. That's just silly. You want to ease into it, plant seeds. But on New Year's Day, we both kind of got sucked into this energy of wow, this is actually really cool because people are out there all over the world experiencing this same thing. And people are kind of basking in each other's energy of the just dreaming of the true potential of what this year has to offer and what this year has in store. And so we were talking this morning just about how cool this is and how really you have this energy inside of you every single day of your life. And it's helpful when the whole world is celebrating it at the same time. But it doesn't mean that we can't recreate this anytime we want. Yeah?
Absolutely. And yeah, it's so funny because I am a total sucker for New Year's resolutions and this idea of like fresh slate and fresh start. And I constantly have to remind myself that every single moment is an opportunity for a fresh start, and that there's nothing magic about January 1st. And this, this New Year's, I actually got really sick right before New Year's. And so normally at a time where I would be kind of like, okay, getting ready to start the whole year fresh and ready to go, I was really forced to slow down. And it's so good for me. As much as I hate being sick, oh my God, it's the worst thing ever. I also acknowledge that in many ways it's the best thing ever for me, because it really did. It forced me to slow down and not try to be like crazy overachiever January 1st. Like, oh my God, this is okay. So it's January 1st. So I'm going to start meditating. I'm going to meditate every day of this year, and I'm going to work out hard every day, and we're going to hit the ground running with our business, and we're going to record 10 podcasts all in one day, and we're going to just do it all. And that energy is within me. Like I feel the pull and the seduction of New Year's energy that intensely. And so good for me that no, because my soul, my spirit is way smarter than my brain. And it's like, maybe you could ease into it like how you tell everybody else to ease into it. And so good for me. And thanks. And can I now, spirit, can I just not be sick so that, cause I feel like I got the lesson. So can we move on now?
It's so funny. I feel like you are normally on this high, and I'm normally a little bit on like a low. And somehow this year, whatever forces were at work forced us to kind of like meet in the middle and come into this like perfectly balanced plane of, because like you can either think of it as there's no magic on January 1st, or there is all the magic on January 1st and also every other day of the year. And yes, Kimi and I are just like, we can't stop talking about how excited we are to hit the ground running with our business and to release all of the new things that we have. And it's like I can't stop smiling and shaking in excitement about all of it. And I really, what we want you guys to do is remember how this feels, because it's worth recreating as often as you can. That January 1st or Monday or like 2:00, like all of these things can have that same exciting energy, and you could recreate it yourself. You can get people together to recreate it as a small group or as a community. But this magic sits in all of us all the time. And we just really, really want you to sit and like harness this energy and this feeling, because it's so expansive and fun. And I don't know, it was cool for us to recognize it today.
Yeah, know that that's available to us at all times. That is the true power. That is living your best life ever, really. And I think that when we get in our anti-resolution mode, it's really not because we think that dreaming big and creating a vision for your life and creating new habits or whatever is a bad thing. It's simply that resolutions often come from a place of not enoughness, or of our egos, like, okay, you need to improve because there's something wrong with you, or you don't have enough of this, or you're not enough of this, or you're just not enough in general. And so, I think that's our resistance to it. And so instead, if we're able to create our best life ever from a place of magic and expansiveness and what excites us, and just following the callings of our spirit, then that's how we create the best year ever on whatever frickin' day we want.
Totally.
Yes. Okay, so I have a confession to make, and that is that I have meditated every day of this year so far. That was one intention that I was really excited about. But I started really easily with this like super cool app that I found, and it's called I think it's called 10% happier, 10% happier based on the book by the same name. And it was rated, you're going to love this, Pua. It was rated the least annoying meditation app of the year.
Sold. I'm doing it right now.
Oh my God. Yeah. So, and it's so true. It is the least annoying of all the ones that I've ever tried. And one of so it's like part guided meditation, part just like, meditation timer and tracker. And in one of the little mini lessons, I don't even remember the name of the guide, but he said something about the secret to meditation is simply embracing the power to simply begin again. So whenever you find yourself, as he said, it's kind of like being on a train, like, you're on the train of your mind, a train of thought, where it's like this train that's just going and going. And as soon as you have the awareness that you're on this train and that you can just step off of it and begin again, and get back into your heart, back into your soul, and out of your head, that's all meditation is. It's knowing the difference between being in your head, being in your heart. It's knowing that moment where you can just simply begin again. And I think I was thinking about this as a really great approach to sort of experiencing that new year energy at any moment that you want to. And so no matter where you are in your journey of 2018, know that every moment has in it the potential to simply begin again. Whatever it is that you'd like to expand into, or you'd like to have it blossom for you, just simply begin again. And that's going to be my only intention for 2018.
I love that so much.
Yay.
It's so epic. Let's do an Instagram post of that. I'm sure you have that already. Guys, have you seen our Instagram? It is so beautiful, and I will tell you what, I have nothing to do with it.
It brings me so much joy. I love it so much.
We are going to teach you guys all the tricks. Mm-hmm. We actually have a little bit of a training on this in our new course that we'll tell you about in a second. But, since we're confessing to things, I also have a confession and an app.
Oh, yay.
Yay, this was not planned. So I have every day this year so far journaled, and I am using something different. And what really inspired this, so I do like morning gratitude writing, but it's not like, I don't know, I just wanted something different. And I was looking at the App Store, and I'm also feeling this need to hook up my future self and really like get a handle on my schedule and my energy and my time now, because we are diving into Merry Monarch season this week, which is like a competition, a hula competition that we do. And it's early this year. It's first week of April. And like, it's just a ton of extra time, like a huge time commitment. And so I'm starting to almost get like anxious about it. So I just have been like really trying to get my shit together a little bit. So I downloaded this app, and it's called Day One. And I've only used it for 2 days, so I'm not like super well versed in it yet, but it seems pretty simple. You just write a journal entry and you can put a photo. But what I love about this app is that it syncs across all of your devices, and it has a very, very cool Mac desktop. Those little like, it's like has an icon at the top right of your screen. So there's like the time, there's your keyboard language, there's a battery, Wi-Fi, and then, those other icons. So a little icon pops up and you click on it, and it's just like a quick journal, and it just says journal, the time, the date, and then you can just like do a journal entry whenever you think of something right there on your desktop or on your phone or on your iPad. And then you can upload a photo, and it's just really, really beautiful and easy to use, which are like the two things that I value most in any kind of app. So I don't know if you guys want to check it out. It's free. There's an upgrade for $24 a year. I don't know exactly what's involved in that, but yeah, I love it so far.
Ooh, I want to check that out. And if you are if you have any part of you right now that's like, oh man, I wish I had known about that on January 1st because now I won't have done it every single day of this whole year. That's exactly the point we're trying to make. Today can be New Year's for you, because I so get that. Like, there's a part of me that's like, oh, like, okay, I already, missed my streak there, right? So I didn't, it's like, don't feel that because you didn't start something on January 1st, really, today can be your New Year's. Every day can be your New Year's.
I am so, like, when you said that, I was like, I thought you were going to say that you had already downloaded it and realized that you can actually backdate it, which you can, but Kimi's point was definitely a better one.
Yeah, or you can cheat the system, sure. That reminds me of this time that I decided, I think this was like in 2014 or so, 13 maybe, and I had made this commitment that I was going to do a photo every single day. And
remember that.
And it started out so great. I was so proud of myself, and I took all these wonderful photos, and then the day came where I missed it. Like the first time that I missed it. And I was like, oh shit. I was like, okay, well, that's okay. Cause this other one, I took it in the evening. So maybe that can count. And then I got back I began again, and I started again. And then I missed another day. And I started feeling so depressed because I had, broken the streak. Mm-hmm. And I was so hard on myself, and I started having anxiety about it. And then I started feeling like maybe I should write a reminder, and it was sucking all the joy out of the whole experience for me. And so, anyway, I don't really know the point of this story except that just be aware when the joyous things that you embark upon start becoming something that you're judging yourself for, or, being hard on yourself for, because that's really not the point. Whenever we embark on a joyous, daily challenge, it's usually to improve on ourselves in some way or have some fun. And so bring some awareness around that, because the moment that it doesn't have that joy for you, or it's adding stress, is a great time to reevaluate.
I think we also forget that we do it to ourselves. Like,
yes,
you started it. You can stop it whenever you want. And right. No one's giving you a grade on the consistency, Is it one of those things? Because I did something like that before. And what triggered me to stop was that, I was like, oh God, I have to take a picture today. Yes. Hold on. And then you take a picture of something dumb that doesn't mean anything to you just so that you can take the picture.
Right.
And I was like, okay, this is stupid. I need to stop.
Yeah. And it's so great that you had that moment where you're like, okay, this is stupid. I should stop. Because most of us
it was
don't do that.
Many days of stupid photos before that moment clicked in my head. Let me just come
so
clean.
Great. Well, this is why we created, our weekly planning system, why we have all these, checks built into our lives so that we're reassessing things as we go. And that's the other issue that we have with New Year's resolutions, because really, New Year's resolutions can be incredibly limiting, right? If you set out to just do this one thing, then sometimes that can block you from the other things that are trying to emerge and trying to, that want to come forth. And so, when they become limiting, that's the moment to reassess, reevaluate, and maybe shift.
For sure. And we love to that's why our weekly planning has a big vision every 90 days or however long you want to go. Because, okay, so say you do no push-ups ever in your whole life up until now. And then you're like, my New Year's resolution is to do 100 push-ups every day. So that's a great resolution. Go ahead, get started, do it. And in about 2 months, 100 push-ups isn't going to be hard at all. And you could do 100 push-ups every day for the entire year, but there's a certain point where it stops giving you any benefit. So that's another great and that's just an example. It's easy to think about, but
everybody just started doing push-ups.
I know, they're like, oh, good idea. Right? But if we don't give ourselves the time to reflect or to reassess or to realign, the things that we decided to do on January 1st may make no sense in February, March, April, right? So, just be easy on yourselves, guys, please, and do what excites you. Don't do what doesn't excite you. That's it, really.
Love it.
You know what excites us?
Perfect segue. Oh my gosh, this is all we've been thinking about, all we've been working on. If you do follow us at BLE Buzz on social media, then you have heard already about broke ass to badass, which we cleverly weaved into our new intro as well. Thank you very much. So Pua, what is broke ass to badass?
The best thing ever. Broke ass to badass, guys, is the best thing ever. I can't, just know that. Know it's the best thing ever. And so I don't know how long you guys have been listening to us or following our journey, but Kimi and I have been infusing our clients with best life ever teachings, which include big visioning. They include aligning with your values, productivity, time and energy training, we've been doing a lot of this in the corporate world. We've been doing corporate trainings. We work with executives. We work with individuals. We had a membership site. And this was all really great. But it was very broad. And we did some reflecting at the end of last year and realized that we just get fired up when we work with entrepreneurs and people who have this vision and this mission to provide whatever service that they have to the world, to make the world a better place. And entrepreneurs are often the people who are working the hardest. They have great intentions, but they also just kind of get screwed because, we put our whole savings into our businesses without really knowing. We know what we want to do. We know why we want to do it. We know what lights us up. We have a passion for this. But in terms of running a business, sometimes we get stuck and sometimes we invest in things that don't have a great return or, we make mistakes and it's all fine. It's all part of the process. But our hearts would break when we would talk to entrepreneurs who are on the verge of giving it all up because they couldn't figure it out or there was just something that they were missing or something that they were stuck. And so we've decided to shift our business to really serve the entrepreneurs of this world, to help them push beyond some of these limitations and to build businesses that allow them the energetic time and financial freedom to go out there and freaking live their best life ever.
Wow, that was so beautiful. Oh my gosh. Yeah. And as I was listening to you, I was thinking, but this is like the ultimate form of us eating our own dog food too, which is something that we teach our clients, right? It's like, what do we teach people? We teach people to do what lights you up. We guide people to really follow their joy, to teach and build a business around the thing that you can't stop thinking about and talking about and researching about. And for us, that's building online businesses. That's digital courses. It's digital media asset creation. It's like we geek out on social media and productivity, and it's so fun for us. And we absolutely love it. And it brings us so much joy. It's so easy and fun for us to help other people to build their own online badass businesses. And so that's why we're extra excited about and why we feel so aligned about this new energy and new direction of our business in 2018. And part of that creation is our 8-week online course, Broke Ass to Badass, which you can find out all about at bestlifeever.buzz/B2B. And I think too, you'll feel in the language that as we talk about this, it truly is something that excites us. It's so us. I think that's part of your entrepreneurial journey always, is just becoming more and more and more yourself. And it brings us so much joy to share the things that we've learned on our journey, especially when it can help others to create the life and business of their dreams. And so what we love about this course too is that it's really designed to, it's 8 weeks. It's designed to get you off and running in a short but intense amount of time so that you can get to your best life ever and your best business ever as quickly as possible. And we can't wait to share more about this in the coming episodes with you and just all the places. But definitely check out bestlifeever.buzz/B2B and reach out to us if you have any questions about this, because we are fired up.
Yeah, this is something that it's evolved, as has our whole business. But we used to have an ongoing membership that we loved. I mean, if you listened to a couple episodes ago, we actually talked about it and how we never wanted to give it up.
I think that was our last episode, actually.
It might have been our last episode. And, it fired us up, and the people there fired us up. And what didn't sit well with us was the fact that people, well, there were two things. There were two extremes. Either there were people sitting in the membership who weren't engaged, who weren't making the most of it, and that kind of broke our hearts, because we wanted everybody to be able to, move forward with their lives and create their best life ever through this service. And when you're signed up for an online course, I mean, we've all done this. We've signed up for something and said, when I have time, I will watch the trainings. When I have time, I'll work on this. And then it just kind of sits there. And then the other extreme was there are people who, may be dependent on this for the rest of their lives, right? Like, and that's perfectly fine as coaches and teachers and light workers. Like, that is something that we feel is part of our service, but we don't want people to rely on a membership. So I'm not going to live my best life ever unless I'm in the buzz, like that to us, what didn't feel right either. So what we love about this 8-week course is that you jump in, we do many of the same things we did in the buzz, but at the end of the 8 weeks, you have the tools and strategies, and you have actually gone through and done the work so that you can go and live your best life ever. You're no longer dependent on this program that goes on forever and ever and ever. While you can always reach out to us for help and support, and our tribe on Facebook and all of that, this is, to us, feels like the ultimate service. And we're just over the moon excited about it. And if you guys want to learn more, part of the application process is actually booking a call with us. And, it's not a sales call. It's not we're not going to just sit there and tell you everything about the course. And then, if you want to jump in on the call, feel free. But this really is kind of a breakthrough call to chat with you about what you're up to and whether this program would be a good fit, because it's not the best fit for everybody. And so this call actually would end in either an invitation to the program or some suggestions on what you could work on in the meantime. But we'd love to chat with you guys about what your goals are for the year or for the next week. And it's going to be really fun.
Beautifully put. And we just want to say too that we absolutely want to give a huge hug out there to all of our Buzz members, and we are so grateful for our Buzz membership community and for the experience that we had. And so much of that engagement is going to be moving over to our free Facebook group, the BLE Tribe. And so that's a really great place to engage with other people that are looking to create their best life ever. And we have a lot of fun conversations going on every day in there. And you can find out all about that at bit.ly, bit.ly/BLE Tribe, BLE Tribe. And yeah, we are excited for 2018. Not that time matters. It's all an illusion. There's nothing magic about January 1st or the new year, as we said, but we're still excited because that's kind of how we roll.
That's how we roll. Yeah, we're always excited. Sorry, not sorry.
Well, I wouldn't say we're always excited, but when we're not excited, that's exactly the moment that we ask each other, wait, why am I not excited about this? We say that to each other a lot, don't we?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's why am I not excited about this?
It's a great hack.
Yeah,
to just become so sensitive to when you're not excited that it's such a good indication to not do something or to change something.
Shift something about it, whether it be external or internal.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, food for thought. And this feels so good to be back. We love you guys, and we are excited to continue the conversation. We'll be dropping back into your ears next week. Until then, find us in BLE Tribe on Facebook or at BLE Buzz or at www.bestlifeever.buzz or co-work if you're in Honolulu.
Do not stalk us, though. Please don't take advantage of that.
All right. We love you guys. Have a great week.
Love you. Bye.